Hey guys, JHub here. Today I'm bringing you my last 100 plus for Black Ops 3 before the game is being released. I think this is 110 kills and like 40 something deaths. I think most of the kills in this game was actually with my gun. I will be skipping chunks inside the game just because there's a part where I do not get really any kills and it's kind of stagnant, so I just go ahead and get over that, and there's a lot of deaths involved. So hopefully we'll be able to get into this. It started off at like a 22-minute video, but hopefully I can crank it down to where it's around 12 or 13. So they've got a lot of stuff to go over today that has been some news as of late coming out of Charlie Intel, leaks and things like that related to Black Ops 3 that we're going to be soon be getting our hands into. I think we are, 2 weeks and 1 day away as of this video being posted. I know that kind of sets a time for this video, but I think the setup I'm using is the Razorback with most likely extended mags and quick draw. I know the perks I'm pretty much standardly using at this point because I think this was on PlayStation 4 near the end. Ghost, Flak Jacket, Anti-Up, and Tac Mask. I think for the most part I was using Anti-Up, but then I decided that it wasn't worth it being they'd only gave you 75 points, so I switched over to Scavenger. The score streaks I'm using, I'm pretty sure, is the UAV, the Wraith, and then the Wraps. Not my favorite score streak setup, but it did manage to help me get my score. I think I got maybe them once or twice. I cannot recall. But nevertheless, let's get in what the meat of the video is about today, and that is the new leaks / things that have been released. So party games, in a way, are returning, it appears. I guess some leak files from a guy going through PC code and finding audio files. Sharpshooter, One in the Chamber, and Gun Game are returning. My favorite gun game's coming back. I love it. I did mention this in a previous video. I'm hoping it's going to be like Black Ops 1 rather than be like Ghost or Advanced Warfare, because they never could get it to feel right, in my opinion. I think you should start off low and end on high. In other words, start off with pistols, end with launchers, crossbow, ballistic knives. In my opinion, it'd be awesome if they threw in ending it with the Tomahawk, but that's a whole different ballgame, and we'll get into that later. Another game mode that apparently has been come out is Stockpile, which, if I could describe it, would be Kill Confirmed meets Blitz meets CTF in a way. Basically, you have to go grab the tags and take it to a location, or let's change that up. Kill Confirm meets Blitz meets Hardpoint, because supposedly the location changes around the map. So it is something cool. I'd like to see these new game modes. I did love Kill Confirm when it came out in MW3. I played it almost exclusively. When Hardpoint came out, I played it a little bit. And Blitz, I kind of played a lot when I actually was playing Ghost. It was one of the better game modes in my opinion. So them taking those three and combining it may make for an entertaining thing. I want to know if there's a time limit, if there's a score limit, anything like that. Because I know during the beta I played Safeguard for quite a bit. I know getting 100 pluses was kind of on my mind and the reason why I played Safeguard, but nevertheless was a good game. Also, it has been announced that Old School Free-For-All, Old School TDM, and Old School CTF is coming. Now, if you think about it, for those of you who've been playing COD for a really long time, back in COD 4, Old School did exist. You could pick up weapons off the ground. Think Halo, where you had the ability to go around the map and pick up different weapons, maybe power weapons, things like that. I think you had a little bit more health and maybe a little bit more speed to get around the map. But that's basically what Old School was in COD 4. Now, it being that they're calling it Old School, and COD 4, it's been, almost 10 years now since the game out. I don't know if they're going to be returning back to those game modes. More or less returning to, maybe they're going to go no specialist. This could be something, because they did come out and say that with the new movement components and things like that, it is a core component to the game, and they're not going to remove that. So maybe they shall be coming out with the ability to go with. That is something, though, I will let you decide down in the comment section below. Do you think it's going to return COD 4 style with Old School? Maybe bringing back a little bit of something that people are always missing, because everyone says COD 4, those who've been around for almost the entire franchise, is one of the better CODs, and maybe they'll bring that back, or do you think they're going to be bringing back a version of just where we can play free-for-all, CTF, and TDM without specialists? So I'm leaning towards the hopes for without specialists, just so in a day where everyone's deciding to use rejack or that one specialist where you launch a grenade launcher and get massive kills, that I can go chill off, take a break, and go into a couple game modes where I can actually just my movement, and my gun. So I'd be more happy about that game mode rather than going Old School, even though Old School was kind of fun. Next is, and I think I mentioned this in the previous video, about Hardee's having their promotional deal for the Ultimate Care Package. You will get a takeout camo from Hardee's, which basically covers your weapon in ketchup, mustard, and pickles. It looks cool, but I guess this is the first official released gun camo, that is. I'm not gonna lie, I've already been to Hardee's once, and I'm gonna give you a little tip, which I guess is also gonna date the video, that I didn't really get other people. They say it's the ultimate care package, and when I went to my Hardee's, the woman told me behind the cash register I only had to buy a large drink in order to play the game. And I did win a Tex-Mex burger off of it, and I got a code, but I didn't win off the code. So that is my little tip to you guys. If you want to go play this Hardee thing, you might not have to buy a whole meal. Now, if you're hungry, you might as well go ahead and get your meal, but make sure you get a large drink, is what the lady specifically told me. So good luck with that. There's a lot of other prizes on the back end I think you can get. Other than the camo, I think there might be a trip out to LA for the game's release. I think you can win like PS4, the game. Maybe a headset from Astros, things like that. So if you're the kind of person who likes to do that kind of thing, especially like with the whole Taco Bell promotions and stuff like that, be my guest. Just remember, make sure you get the freaking large drink, otherwise you're most likely not going to get the sticker, which is the only reason to go and play, I guess, if you're not going to eat. Moving along. There has also been a leak, supposedly, and there's a game out in the wild now. I've seen pictures on Twitter about people actually having Black Ops 3 already, which is, I think, the earliest I've ever seen it start appearing. We're, what, over 2 weeks out, and somebody has a copy of the game early. So lucky them that they're able to play this now, because I am on the hype train, I am pumped, I am ready, and I can't wait for this game to be released. And by the way, this is one of the reasons why Scythe is freaking amazing, especially if you get into a spawn trapping location, you don't have to worry about ammo. But the starting pistol for Shadows of Evil, because this is supposedly the only footage of Shadows of Evil, and I went to watch the clip, and Activision has already taken it down, so I'm not going to link it down in the description, because Activision is on point right now with taking down anything that is showing any sorts of gameplays or stuff like that. But the name of it is a Bloodhound. It's a pistol, and it's a 6-round pistol. Now, maybe I can be able to show you from the clip, because I saw the release trailer, the launch trailer, I guess you could say, today. And I think they actually showed off the pistol, which is going to be the starting pistol. So if I can, I will put a link in the description for the launch trailer. Maybe you will see the pistol here on screen, but most likely not, because I don't want to get hit by Activision. But I'll try to put a timestamp next to the link down in the description if you want to see what I'm talking about. But it is called the Bloodhound, and it's a 6-round revolver. And I'm pretty sure it might only be in Shadows of Evil for that time period. I know the 30s and 40s revolvers were the big thing. They didn't leave around the rounds, so you didn't have to worry about getting tracked down during Prohibition and everything like that. So that's what I expect for Shadows of Evil, and then maybe the giant map, which I think is a pre-order bonus. They're probably going to go back to whatever pistol you used when Die Rise, I think it's Die Rise they're remaking, was being used. So that's the information with that. And then moving along, what I just mentioned, the Black Ops 3 launch trailer, there's a couple things in there that I wanted to point out, and I definitely will put those screenshots in this video because they have launched it, therefore I will show it. Character camos appear to be a thing now, which I am all for. This camo kind of looks like the Hardee thing because it's like red, yellow, and a little bit of green. If this is going to be their version of the camos they can buy, the specialist packs and things like that, kind of like Advanced Warfare, how it XO customization packs and gear you could put on and make your character be different colors, I guess I'm down. It's just a physical change rather than being a gun change within the game like Advanced Warfare did. Advanced Warfare did put out a lot of guns. I'll give them that. But the way they went about it was completely wrong. They put them into supply drops, and I'm not even going to go into that. So if somehow Treyarch decides to bring back a form of supply drops, my hope is that, because it also has been revealed is going to be taunts and gestures in the game, is that maybe these supply drops or cases, if they go the CSGO style, might have character camos, gun camos, or maybe extremely rare like hand gestures and things like that. That would be kind of fun in game, just to point off, yeah, I got this lucky and I have this feature, what's up? And then if you could trade them and maybe sell them kind of like CSGO, that'd be a whole different ballgame and be even cooler. But nevertheless, character camos are a thing, and it looks like character gear too, because it would appear this would be the same specialist that I'm using right now in this gameplay with the Scythe, but his head looked a little different if you look at it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and say that maybe there's going to be a type of gear that alters your specialist to make it look a little bit different. I think Vonderhaar in one of their Fridays kind of thing talked about how you could make the specialist look different but stay within their own same scheme, kind of like how the girl with the grenade launcher is kind of like a punk rock kind of looking girl who has this massive launcher, but she'll look relatively the same, but you could change up. So if that's the thing, alright, let's go with that. Marshawn Lynch was also in the trailer. This is the first time I think we finally see him. There was a tease a while back about him going into motion capture and things like that, but now he's been revealed in the trailer. I think 2 or 3 new multiplayer maps have also been revealed with the launch trailer. And like I said, there's going to be gear most likely in the game. So, hype train, full force. We're ready. We're pumped. We're almost 2 weeks away. And people are getting it early, so I imagine there's going to be even more stuff coming to be leaked out here within the next week, most likely. Somebody will probably get in a private match, get their hands on stuff. And most likely they shouldn't be having their hands on right now anyway. But nevertheless, we are getting closer and closer. And there's something I want to go ahead and let you know. Tomorrow, October the 23rd, that would be a Friday, they are doing what they call Black Ops 3 Fridays. And supposedly, this Black Ops 3 Fridays is going to be all about zombies. Now, they're also saying they're going to unbox the Juggernog edition, which I still want to know, can I put a gallon of milk in that thing? Because, yeah, I don't drink soda. I don't do like the whole Monster and Red Bull thing. But if I can fit in a half gallon or a gallon of milk, I'll be down, because that thing's going to be sitting on my desk next to me while I game. So, that's my hope. I want to know what exactly I can fit inside, because at one point they said like 12 cans of soda or Monster or something like that. I want to see the actual size, being that I actually have the Juggernog edition reserved, and I'm quite lucky. And here's a future tip, and also supposedly EB Games, according to a tweet I had. So if you're watching this video in time and you can get to an EB Games, supposedly, and I think those are only in Canada, I'm not sure, but supposedly EB Games just had a couple more come back in stock. Maybe hit up their website. But I just want to know the dimensions of it. It's gonna come with the season pass and everything like that, so I'm kind of pumped. And this is just a future tip for any type of major thing that's going to be pre-ordered or anything like that, for those of you who didn't do this like I did for the Juggernog edition. Because I was at the beach at the time this was announced and went live on Amazon. Amazon does not charge you for the edition until the day it is shipped. So back in July when they announced it, I reserved my set, and I don't have to worry about paying for it until this November. So if you're tight on cash at the time of announcement, Amazon is your way to go. And I know a lot of people didn't know that, or sometimes that if you go to GameStop, they require a certain percentage of the item in order to reserve it for you. So this is just a future tip for you guys. So 2 tips this video: use Amazon when you want to get one of these special editions, and then if you're going to Hardee's to take part in this special event for Black Ops 3 and then combination. That is also Carl Jr. too. Make sure the large drink is what you get. Maybe someone out there test it, or I'll test it. Get the large drink by itself and see if you still get a code, because I think a large drink might be a little over $1 rather than buying a meal, which is $5+. So, thanks for the view. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Other than that, peace out.